points. I was wondering if you could give us your scouting report on Stefan Gilmore, the year he's had, and maybe what other quarterbacks think when they see a guy like that who's been so locked down.
Yeah, he's had a great year, and he's been just so solid. And, it's tough to complete the ball on him. We feel that way in practice. He's just, and I played with a lot of good corners. I mean, he's right up there with the best of them. And it's just, he knocks the ball away, intercepts the ball, makes the quarterback pay. He's physical, good in the run game, good in zone, good in short, intermediate, deep. I mean, he's all around just been a great player for us.
Tom, you said you love playing football still at 41, but is this your favorite part of the season? Get juiced up for it a little bit more, playoffs?
I think this is it's just naturally a level of intensity that, you can't really emulate at any other point in the season, and really for us, any other point in our life. It's, we all work hard to get to this point, and to have an opportunity like we have, I don't think you take them for granted. And I think you just there's been so many plays that I've seen in my career that, had we not made that one play, which could be just an extra effort, could be an arm tackle, could be, just one extra push of the pile that ends up being the difference in an entire game and really an entire season. And that's what it's all about. And, it's great when it comes out for us, and I think you just try to express that. I don't think you can compete any less than what you're ultimately capable of competing at. That level that's intense, and it's every play, and it's just you max out. You can't leave anything, behind. You just got to give everything you got.
Tom, both of this team's coordinators are going to be interviewing for head coaching jobs this weekend. Several players like Chris Hogan and Philip Dorsett are going to be free agents after the season. There's rumor or talk about Rob Gronkowski retiring after the year. Does this feel like this playoff run is going to be the last go-around for this group that you guys have had here for the last few years?
I think that, every year things change in the NFL, and really this 18 team won't be the same as 19. And the 17 team wasn't the same as this team, and the 16 team wasn't the same as 17. It's just, I think one thing that's certain in the NFL is change. And coaches, players, I don't think it's a big secret that, people are just moving on. And, different people leave for different reasons. Over the years, I've seen it all, 19 years. And you just do the best you can do. You just, when you sign up to be a part of the team, you give everything you can to help the team win. And I think that's what I've enjoyed most about this organization.
A lot of guys say that during this time you get this bye week, you try and rest. Is it hard to rest because everything is, the intensity is kind of ramped up, and you're trying to make sure that you're covering all your bases to make you still better?
Yeah, I think you're trying to just stay sharp, and I think part of staying sharp is getting your body, physically to its peak as it possibly can this time of year. So I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of no practice is 5 days that guys don't have to just be, especially receivers, tight ends, running backs, secondary guys that are running a lot. It's a good time of year to have it. So last one.
What stands out? You said every year is different, the 15 from the 16 from the 17. You got to put your finger on it, this 18 team. What stands out about it as opposed to some other team?
Every team has its own unique identity, and this team cares a lot about each other, and we play for each other, and we're playing to win. I think that's what we're here for, and we've shown we can compete. We've shown we could overcome some adversity. We've been counted out a few times, and showed back up with a lot of resolve, and we have great character on this team, and like I said, our story's still being written, and fortunately we have an opportunity to write it. And we got to go out there and play our best. Every team we play next week and, beyond, hopefully, is a great team. They've earned it. The team we play will have won a playoff game. And, we're going to have to play our best game of the year. So, thank you, guys.
We'll be bringing David, what do you love about playoff football?
You know, it's I'm just fortunate to be. I don't know what it's like not to be in playoff football, and you know, it's a pretty crazy thing when you think about it. You know, I've got buddies around the league who played, you know, multiple years and played in one playoff game or things like that. So, you know, it's a great opportunity, and you know, comes with a lot of hard work, and you know, every game matters, and you know, everything is just amped up that much more. You know, but at the end of the day, it's still a football game.
How did the offensive line come together? Just the continuity of you guys. It seems like everybody has been able to kind of hold on to their role, and whether it be guys moving in and out of spots, it's still been able to move forward.
Yeah, you know, we've been fortunate to kind of have a solid crew, you know, really in there, you know, now for the last 3 or 4 years. And, you know, we had a Trent this year, and, you know, he's done a great job. He came in, you know, worked hard with us all spring and, you know, or whenever he got here, and, you know, all summer and, you know, all throughout the year. And, you know, it's a great group of guys, and I'm fortunate to be a part of that group. And, you know, Scar does a great job of holding us all accountable. And then I think, you know, not only that, but each of us hold each other accountable. You know, it might be days where you're not feeling it, you're a little sore. Well, someone, you know, you got to give that much more because the guy next to you is doing it and he's holding you accountable. So it's a great group of guys, and, you know, everyone works in practice, you know, so when we're, you know, unfortunately, if somebody does go down, that next man up mentality, you know, there's not a big transition. We all operate on the same page.
How would you depict this team different from a year ago, your defending champs going to the playoffs?
Every team's different every year, you know. I mean, I don't think you can compare teams. You know, it's, you know, we've had our own story this year. You know, we've had our ups and downs that have been different in every other year. So, you know, it's just part of the NFL and part of the game. And, you know, where we are, you know, the rest is up to us to determine how it goes.
How impressive is Tooney's stat count to you, and what has his dependability meant over the course of the year?
Yeah, you know, we've been, you know, very fortunate, you know, within the inside guys. I think we've missed, you know, between all three of us, 4 or 5 games in the last 3 years. So it's been pretty impressive. Joe's done a great job ever since he's got here. You know, he's tough, he's dependable, you know, and you know you're just going to show up. So, you know, it's been impressive to see what he's done. I think his rookie year he might have been an Ironman too, but we took him out for some trick play or something in Denver, you know, or something like that. So you know, he's done a great job, and he's worked his butt off to stay healthy, stay out there.
Is there any conversation between you guys about snaps, or you just kind of like get the business done, you know, you just go out and go?
I mean, yeah, you know, or, you know, you might miss a snap because of, you know, whatever. You know, we've been pretty fortunate for most part to be healthy in there, and you know, but we also not really focused on that, you know. So we know we got a great group of guys and know if you're going to be out there, it's because you can, and you know, unfortunately, if you can't, it's not for any other reason than you can't.
You mentioned that you don't know what it's like to not make the playoffs. What's it like when guys come into this locker room, like Jason McCourty, Lester and Trent, who come in without as much recent playoff success and join a culture that's used to playing in football at this point?
You know, I mean, I think it's just a sense of, you know, excitement. You know, you get to play in the NFL playoffs, you know, but I want to ask them that. They probably have a better answer.
Can you tell, like, that there's an extensive excitement when you get to this point of the season? Is it sort of like an outlier as opposed to the guys who are more used to it?
I mean, I think everyone's excited just to get the chance to compete. You know, guys, you know, if you can't get excited for the NFL playoffs, you know, you probably shouldn't be here. So, you know, I think everyone's excited. But why don't you ask them? They'll probably give you a good answer to that.
David, James White's obviously used quite a bit as a receiver for you guys, but he's run the ball a little bit more this year. Mm-hmm. What's his style? How would you describe him as a runner?
You know, James does great. You know, it's he's got a pretty good knack for the goal line. It seems like when we're in the red zone, sometimes he's broken a couple of those, you know, 25, 30-yard runs to find the end zone. And, you know, he's a great runner. He's just got great vision. You know, you can see it in the pass game, too. It's kind of the same thing once you get into the, you know, running game. You know, he's got great vision. He's got great feet, great cuts. And, you know, if we just give him just a little bit of room, he's going to find it and, you know, make a play.
Does anything change for you guys, depending on who's been
No. You know, no. I mean, you can't really – you got so much going on through your head and all that I'm more worried about what are they matching us with personnel-wise, and you can kind of get a feel for that maybe on who's in the game. But I wouldn't say there's any different techniques when there's a, Sony, Rex, whoever's carrying the football, really. It don't matter.
What do you do this weekend? Like, will you lock it in 4:30 Saturday and just like, are you an all-4 game guy, or are you more like, get away from it?
I think it's really important. I like to just take a deep breath, and I don't really like to go anywhere. Just kind of relax, stay at home. I would definitely watch, most of the games, if not all of them. Definitely the AFC games. And I guess really kind of Texans Colts is Saturday, right? Yeah. So that kind of really determines what's going to happen for us. But you never really leave the game. But it's nice just to take a deep breath and really kind of lock in for these. You've got a 1-week season here, so give it all you got.
You guys are undefeated against the playoff field, and all the teams that you lost to didn't make the playoffs. So, is that sort of like a level of competition thing that you guys have faced this year?
No, I mean, they're just not playing good football, and that's really what matters. Going forward, it doesn't matter. Home field, experience, any of that stuff, it just really doesn't matter because you're going to see something different every year. A no-name team's going to win, or a no-name quarter. There's always going to be different things, and experience, all that, home field just really doesn't matter. It's just who executes the best, and that happens every year.
We've talked to a couple guys this week that have said, we obviously don't know our opponents, so we're focusing on ourselves and what we can do better. Where, for you guys as an offensive line, where has short yardage fallen on that kind of checklist?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, it's such a, you want to talk about being a good situational football team, and that's not just 2-minute, things like that. That's short yardage, that's goal line, that's, there's all these different types of situations within a football game, and that's a big one right there. And, it's a really tough down, I mean, you don't really want to line up and throw it, you can run it, you got all different things you can do, and, it's definitely a focus of ours, such a key point in the game, momentum-wise, whatever you want to say, and always to keep in possession of the football. And, so it's definitely been a, focus of ours like it is every week.
David, what's Sugar Bowl?
I fell asleep. I think when we fumbled it, DeAndre Swift had a fumble, and I kind of tucked it in. We got punked early by the, the Longhorn or whatever, so Uga took a loss there, and then we ended up taking a loss.
Did the kind of early issues on special teams kind of serve as a reminder of, even if you, like you said, even if you are the favorite team, you have full field advantage? Just certain plays can trip you up, especially early in the game?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's just who's going to win the game is who executes the best. If you asked everybody who was a favorite in the Georgia game, I'm sure everyone would have said Georgia, but we didn't execute. And that's, that's what football's about, and especially that's what these NFL playoffs are about, is, who executes the best, and, especially in these situations and things like that.
All right, thanks, David.
Thanks, guys.
Holiday's good? Oh, yeah. Pop's good? Yeah, cool. How about Saturday? Right, so I met him a few times. Last time I saw him was probably about 4 years ago in Charlotte. Good dude. I mean, what can you say about me? Okay.
Halftime's waiting, guys.
writing out. Hello there.
What has it meant for your defense to have a shutdown corner like Stefan Gilmore out there with you guys?
I mean, it means a lot. Only means something if he can do it all the time. We always preach that, but it means a lot. He's definitely a good corner, man, competitive and a smart guy.
You see him going up against some of the best receivers in the league every week. What's the one thing that stands out about him to you?
That we put him on those guys for a reason. I mean, he's just good, man. He's good. He's quiet. He just does his job. Professional. So that's what stands out about him the most is that he's a professional. He just comes in, he studies his film, and he makes sure he knows what he's supposed to do.
With some downtime this weekend, will you watch the games Saturday and Sunday?
I'll probably watch half of it. I'll probably be chilling with my little man. It's time for me to get football off my mind. I'll be back ready to go one day.
Rest and relaxation is kind of the key thing.
Rest and relaxation, for sure.
What's it been like for the defense to take the field for the past 2 practices and the end of the last game without Devin on the field?
I mean, Dev's our leader. He's smart, very smart. He gets us lined up, and we feed off of him, high tire those guys. So, I mean, but he'll be fine. He'll got time to heal. So, not really worried about not having him. He's a tough dude, man. So we'll go from there.
How does the communication change when somebody like that who plays just about every snap for you guys is not out there?
It shouldn't change, definitely. I mean, not having him in there, hypothetically, but we all learn the same thing. We're all in the same meeting rooms. We're all in the same book. So, it shouldn't change. We have a lot of guys out there that communicate. So it should be good.
When it comes to self-improvement this week, I've talked to a bunch of guys that obviously we don't know our opponents, so we've got to work on ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Where does run defense fall for you guys, or where has it fallen this week? And is it tough to work on that sort of stuff when it's this late in the season and contact and practice isn't something that you're doing necessarily every day?
I mean, I can't really say we focus on one thing. We focus on all those things, so I can't really give that a place. It is a time to better ourselves and find out things that are hurting us, and we're going to find those things. Not particularly that. Just work on everything. We have time to rest and see what we can improve on, and pretty much just go from there.
I feel like the secondary in particular has gotten. I know the bye week during the regular season was an opportunity to do the same thing, kind of assess where you guys were. Do you feel like you guys have grown and gotten better as the season's gone on?
Yeah. I mean, naturally you're going to grow over 20 games, but we're only as good as our last game, so we got one more coming, so we'll see how good we are. All right, I'm